As the one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine approaches, Western powers are drawing up plans for a fresh round of sanctions against Moscow. European Union Chief Ursula von der Leyen says that a 10th package worth some $11 billion is in the works. It's set to include new trade bans and technology export controls on Russia, which could hit Moscow's supply of drones, helicopters and missiles. And for the first time, the bloc has proposed plans to sanction Iranian entities involved in the Ukraine war. And meanwhile, the UN says it's seeking to raise $5.6 billion to support Ukrainian civilians who've been affected by the ongoing war. Of that amount, nearly $4 billion is earmarked for a humanitarian response plan. The remaining funds are set to be funneled into a refugee program.
More than 7,000 civilians have been killed in Ukraine, according to our estimates, in the last year. Almost certainly a low estimate. 12,000 civilians have been injured, again, according to our estimates, and no doubt a low estimate. Hundreds of children, of course, shockingly among those numbers.
Will Denzler joins us live now from Kyiv for more on this. Will, we're hearing reports that Russian troops have broken through Ukrainian defences on the eastern front. Tell us more about the situation on the ground.
Yeah, we're hearing from Russia's defense ministry claiming to have punched through the lines in the Luhansk region, in the Donbass region in eastern Ukraine. Now, we're hearing also from Ukrainian officials saying that they still hold control of that area. There has been speculation in recent days that Russia had been mobilising several battalions in that area. And of course, this all comes, as we've discussed this week, about the intense fighting that continues around the Bakhmut area in Donetsk. We've heard from the regional governor there speaking yesterday, stating that not a single square metre of Bakhmut was safe or free from the threat of Russian shelling and Russian drones. So intense fighting there, of course. And this, of course, all comes as we've heard from NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg this week, who said that he believes that Russia's much anticipated offensive is certainly underway. But some interesting developments from Ben Wallace, the UK's Defence Secretary, stating that he thinks that Russia has not amassed enough single force to punch through in any parts of the country. So somewhat downplaying the effectiveness of this alleged Russian offensive.
Will NATO defence chiefs, they are in Brussels for a second day of talks. They're watching all this. President Volodymyr Zelensky, he's calling for quicker decisions, though. What can we expect?
Absolutely. This, of course, came after the first day of talks. Volodymyr Zelensky addressing the public. He stated that some conversations had to be kept behind closed doors, but what he would tell the Ukrainian people is that he believed that Ukraine's allies remain in lockstep with their demands, with their needs for further capabilities going forward. He essentially stated that what needs to happen is for Ukraine to be supplied with more ammunition. There are real concerns that Ukrainian forces are going through ammo quicker than it can be supplied. He says that more long-range missiles need to be sent and more capabilities when it comes to things like tanks as well. So the real message from Ukraine's president is that things need to happen at a quicker pace, considering the fact that there are these reports that Russia's offensive is underway. Some more interesting updates from the UK stating that they believe that 97% of Russia's army is already involved in Russia. And when it comes to military jets, of course, we've heard from Jens Stoltenberg, NATO Secretary General, this week, saying that jets are not a priority. Well, according to the UK, they are very much agreeing with that, saying that that's certainly not a priority for them at this point either.
Will, thank you for that. Will Denzler there, reporting from Kyiv.